What's up everyone? In this video, we're going back to the basics. Personal Finance 101, where it all begins. I'm going to give you my best advice for somebody who's just starting out looking to get better with their money. Let's get started. All right, so for number one, and where it starts, is for you to not feel bad about yourself and then to not feel overwhelmed and like you got to learn all this stuff and you have bills that are piling up and you're so bad with money and you have no savings and look at your neighbor over there and your friends, they're all doing so great, and you look at their pictures on Facebook and they're going on awesome vacations and you're broke and you have credit card debt and you have student loans and all that crap. Don't feel sorry for yourself. Everybody is in the same boat. The majority of people are not good with money and they're in debt and they don't know what to do. So don't feel bad. All you have to do is start baby steps. Start moving forward. Start learning about this stuff and you'll be just fine. So for number two, it's protect your family. Before you get to anything else, you have to make sure that your family is okay if something were to happen to you. So if you were to pass away, you have to make sure you have term life insurance in place to protect them. If you were to get hurt at work and couldn't work anymore, you have to make sure you have disability insurance. If you have bills that come up, you have to make sure that you have an emergency fund, that you have cash on hand so that you're not all pissed off and stressing about, the smallest little bill that arises out of nowhere. And last is you really need to have a will as well. Tip number three, know what your monthly nut is. Monthly what? Your monthly nut, right? That's how much money that it takes for you to live each and every month. How much money do you guys spend, right? Maybe it's $8,000 a month, maybe it's $5,000 a month, maybe it's $10,000 a month, but you have to know that number. You have to know how much does it cost you to live month to month. That's your monthly nut. Number four is fingertip access. You have to be able to pull out your phone, open an app, and know exactly how much money you spent month to date, how much money you have in the bank account, what your net worth is, your financial statements, all that shit should be fingertip access so you have it right in front of you. There's so many great apps today like mint.com or Personal Capital where you could have it all right there. If you're going to start becoming good with this stuff, you have to know what your numbers are. It takes a little bit of a setup and then it just runs automatically. You can pull up your app, you can see exactly where you stand month to date, and it's just better to be in the know. You make better decisions if you know where you're at every month. And it's almost like your scorecard. You start tracking it. You start wanting to do better. Number five, which piggybacks on number four, it's what you own versus what you owe. So things that you might own are things like your house, a car, a 401k plan, a Roth IRA, gold coins, rental properties. Any investments that you have that are worth money, those will go under your assets, things that you own. List them all out. Come up with a number at the bottom. What is the value of everything that you own? And then on the other side, you have what you owe. So things that you owe are like your mortgage, your car loans, student loans, personal loans, credit card debt, a boat loan, anything that you owe money to. That, list it all out, add it up. You subtract what you owe versus what you own, and that is your net worth. It's a simple number. You should track it. You should always know what it is. Hopefully it's going up all the time. You contribute money to your 401k, your net worth goes up. You charge 10 grand on a credit card to buy new sofas, your net worth goes down. Track it, follow it, net worth. Tip number six, check your credit score. Check your credit report. Make sure that everything is correct. Look through it. Make sure that there's no funny stuff going on with your credit report. Know what your score is. You want to have a good credit score, right? You want to be above a 700. You want to pay your bills on time. You want to make sure that there's no fraudulent info on your credit report. The site that I've used for, I don't know, the last 10 years probably has been Credit Karma. I know that there are other ones out there, but Credit Karma, I started using it a long time ago and I feel comfortable with it. And it alerts me if there's an inquiry to my credit report or if there's anything, that seems out of the ordinary. It tells me when I have a new credit score that posted so I could go in and check it. It has a good app. So I like Credit Karma, but just make a habit of checking your credit. When it's at a click of a button or a thumbprint, it's so easy to do. Check it once a month. Number seven. So if you want to be rich, we all want to be rich, don't we? It would be nice to be rich. So if you want to be rich, you have to realize that the only way that you're going to get there is by investing. So you need to have a surplus of income over your expenses that you could then invest. Now, depending on you, Who knows what the right investment is for you? I'm not saying that you have to go invest in the stock market or things that might not make you feel comfortable or that you know very little about. Maybe you're going to invest in things that you do know about. Maybe you're going to invest in the business. You're going to start your own business. You're going to invest in more education. Maybe you want to become a lawyer. You need to start investing that money. Maybe it is the stock market. Maybe you want to just passively invest in index funds through your 401k or through IRAs. Whatever it is that you feel comfortable investing in, just realize that you have to be an investor. You have to start making the money that you save multiply. It needs a rate of return. It needs a growth rate. I love real estate because with real estate, you could leverage your money. You could use other people's money and start earning a rate of return on somebody else's money, like the bank's money. So there are many different ways that you could invest, but you need to start learning about them and start researching them, because the only way that you are going to get to that big number is by investing. Number 8, start optimizing and automating. So what do I mean by that? Really, all I mean is keep it simple. Make your life around this stuff simple. Start automating things. If you have no money in the bank, if you have no savings, if you have no retirement savings, just set up a little transfer, right? Open up a separate savings account at Capital One or Ally Bank and just set up $50 a month to go there. Just get started doing it and automate it so that you don't know about it. So it's just gone, out of sight, out of mind. If you're not starting with a 401k or an IRA, just go set one up. Set it up at Fidelity, at Schwab, at Vanguard, at any of these big places. Start with a low-cost index fund and try to do $50 a month just to get going. And when I say optimize, I just mean make things simple, right? Don't have little itty-bitty accounts all over the place that mean nothing. I'm okay with having a lot of accounts as long as they mean something, if they have a goal attached to them. But make your life easy. Keep it simple. Don't make it too difficult on yourself, because that's when you get overwhelmed and you have a hard time keeping up. Now for number 9, set up what I call the 1-to-1-to-1 goal ratios. And what I mean by that is have one short-term goal, one midterm goal, and one long-term goal. Now you might have to focus all of your money or 90% of your resources towards that short-term goal. Like for example, if it's credit card debt, you need to get rid of that crap, right? So have most of your resources going towards that. But what I mean with short, mid, and long is have a short-term goal of paying credit card debt or getting rid of a student loan or getting $5,000 in the bank. Maybe that's your short-term goal. A midterm goal might be like save enough money for a down payment on a house, or save enough money for my next rental property, or save for my kids' college education. And then a long-term goal could be something along the lines of, have enough money to retire early, have enough money to buy a vacation home down on the beach in Florida somewhere. The goal is to just automate this stuff and just start hitting different types of goals for different times in your lives. You don't want to have all of your money going towards short-term and long-term, which is what I see most often. A lot of people, they neglect that midterm bucket. So they'll have short-term money going towards, paying off debt. They'll have long-term money going into retirement type accounts that they can't get their hands on. And then if they have an emergency, if something comes up, the short-term funds aren't enough there. They end up taking out of the long-term funds out of the retirement accounts. So set up short, mid, long, start funneling money to all of those so that you can hit all of your goals throughout your life. And number 10, my last piece of advice for you is go slowly, baby steps. You don't need to accomplish everything right now. Just start learning about this stuff. Focus on one thing. If you don't have life insurance and your family depends on you, go get a term policy. Get that out of the way. You'll sleep better. If you have no money in the bank, just open up a separate savings account and start funneling a little bit of money over there automatically. If you have credit card debt, come up with a plan. Figure it out. Debt snowball. You could do it. Please feel free to email me if you want to talk about anything. I check every email that I get. I will respond to you. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Please subscribe to my channel. Hit the little bell down there so that you get notified every time I post a new video. Join my email list. Go to schoolofpersonalfinance.com. This way you get emails when I do new blog posts or new videos. I appreciate you watching. I will see you again soon. Hit that like button if you have not already and you'd enjoy this video. Thanks a lot. I'll talk to you.